Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to give you a framework, guys, for getting the prospect very emotional around the problem that they're trying to solve. How to identify the problem, expand the problem, and then anchor the problem in the sales conversation, right? If you get this right, guys, it'll make your job so much easier closing the deal down the line. But hey, with that being said, my name's Mugica. I own a sales agency, guys, called One Call Closers. One Call Closers sells for some of the biggest influencers on the planet, guys like Dean Graciosi, Tony Robbins, Bedros Keuilian, Onyx Signal, and many others, just to name a few. And then in the last 2 years, guys, we've done over $27 million in sales just selling high ticket items. So I'm talking about courses, masterminds, coaching programs. So we know a thing or two on how to crush deals over the phone. And so, with that being said, let me give you a framework for when you're on the phone and you start asking your questions, right? So this is after the open. So you have right? There's only three parts, right? There's only three parts to sales conversation. You have the open, and then you have the middle, and then you have the close, right? That's it. So I'm going to give you a framework. So after you open the call, right? That's the open. We haven't gone into that yet, but in other videos I'll get into that. Now we're into the middle of the call. The middle of the call has two parts, right? You have problem, and then you have vision, right? So you have problem, vision in the middle of the call. And one thing that you must understand, guys, is that being a sales professional, a high ticket closer, is that what's going on the phone is people are not necessarily trying to buy themselves into something. Most people are trying to buy themselves out of something, right? The reason why they're on the phone with you is because they have a life circumstance. They have a problem in their life that they don't want to exist anymore. So if you can eliminate that problem in their life, more than likely their action threshold is going to be eliminated and they're going to purchase what you're selling. So the key is we have to really understand the prospect's problem. But let me give you a framework for doing that and something that you can replicate every single time on the phone. So you open the call, now you're in the middle of the call, and you have the problem. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to identify the problem. Identify problem. And then the second portion to that is you're going to expand the problem. All right, and then you're going to anchor the problem. Anchor problem to life circumstance. So what you have to realize, guys, about people is that most people are in complete denial of their life circumstance, right? It's the reason why somebody will get up every day doing something that they hate over and over and over and over, because somewhere along the line they have convinced themselves, guys, that life is not that bad, right? Life is tolerable. And like from my somebody that I follow, what you do not hate, you will eventually tolerate, right? So everybody in life is just tolerating these problems in their life, and they're getting on the phone with you in a complete state of denial, right? They don't want to admit that they have a severe problem that they're thinking about every single day that's holding them back from doing what they want to do. So what they're going to do on the phone is they're going to give you surface level answers. They're going to give you surface level responses. They're going to give you surface level bull crap because they're scared of being because they're just in denial. So our job as a closer is you got to wake people up. Wake people up, wake people up. And the way that you do that is by using this framework on the phone. You're going to do it on every single call. And so one thing that I learned, guys, in terms of closing and selling, like for example, if I said, hey, you have a hot dog stand, right? You have a hot dog stand. And I gave you the option of hey, you can have anything. So what do you want to happen? If I was a genie and you had a hot dog stand, what is the one thing that you would want to expand your sales? You can do anything, right, with this hot dog stand. Do you want it in the best location? Do you want the best hot dog? What is the one thing that you would want to sell out your hot dogs in 24 hours, right? And a lot of people will say, well, it's location. Just give me the best location in town and I can sell these things out like hotcakes, right? But really the answer is, if you want to sell out your hot dogs, and if you want anything in the world, if I was a genie, what you would want is a starving crowd, right? Starving crowd. Starving crowd. Because if you have a starving crowd, guess what? It doesn't matter. If you're the only hot dog town, if you're the only hot dog joint in town, and there's nothing else for the next 50 miles to eat, and you're selling hot dogs, guess what? You're gonna sell out of your hot dogs simply because people are starving. So our goal, and if I could translate that to the call, is that you got to get people starving on the call. So first off, you identify the problem. So hey, John, after you open it, hey, John, so I'm curious, man, why did you reach out today? Oh, well, hey, man, I'm trying to, establish an online business. Okay, so that's what he's trying to establish. That's not necessarily John's problem. That's what he's trying to do. That's his vision. I want to stand. So that's the vision portion that we'll get into in the call. Now we got to understand, well, why does John want to establish an online business? Because the reason why John wants to do it is probably going to be his problem, right? Well, hey, John, oh, that's interesting, man. Well, hey, I'm curious, why are you trying to establish an online business? Well, I'm just trying to make some additional money on the side, right? Now, when he says that, that's John giving a surface level answer, because the reality is that everybody wants to make money on the side. But the question is, why do you want to make money on the side, right? What is below that answer that we need to dive into? So then I'm like, oh, interesting, John. Okay, cool, man. So hey, let me ask you this, John. So why are you currently trying to make money on the side right now? Well, honestly, I'm trying to make money on the side. I want to kind of build up a business and then eventually kind of leave my 9 to 5. Oh, 9 to 5, right? 85% of Americans, guys, do not like their job. So knowing that when you get on the phone when you're closing, and if you're selling a B2C product, most people are trying to get out of their damn job because they hate it. So now I just heard a buzzword. Oh, I'm trying to get out of my 9 to 5. Oh, wow, John. Okay, so now I know that is a problem for John, right? He does not like his 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is a problem. So knowing that, more than likely now, as I get deeper into the call, John's trying to build an online business because he's trying to buy something. He's trying to buy himself out of a 9 to 5 job. He thinks if I can build an online business, I can get out of my 9 to 5, which will allow me to do X, Y, and Z. But see, now, this is the key, guys. He's trying to buy himself out of the 9 to 5 job. That's a problem. Now we need to expand the problem in John's mind. We need to make it very big to make him starving, right? Expand the problem. The way we expand the problem is now diving into that. Hey, John, let me ask you this, man. Hey, how long have you been trying to leave your 9 to 5 job? Well, you know what? I mean, it's not necessarily that I'm trying to leave it, but it's just that I've been working a lot of hours, and it's just a grind, man. It's just a grind. I've been doing it for the last 20 years, and I just really think it's time to kind of move on. And I know online, is opportunities, and I just got to make it happen. Oh wow, okay, cool, John. So yeah, thanks for sharing that with me, man. Well, hey, you said you've been working about 60 hours a week. Is that correct? Yeah, 60 hours. Whoa, that's a lot of hours, John. Yeah, no, I know, it's a lot of hours. So how long have you been working 60 hours a week for? Well, honestly, man, I've been working 60 hours a week for the last 15 years. Whoa. Geez, John, that's right. I'm expanding. I'm like, whoa, that's wake him up. Whoa, that's a lot of hours. Ooh, whoa, John, that's a lot of hours, man. Is that impacting anything else in your life, working that many hours? Well, I mean, it's a lot of hours. I got a family, so I don't get to really spend as much time with my kids as I'd like to, because I'm always working. Ooh, geez, how many kids do you have? I got 3 kids. Wow. Okay, yeah. So you haven't been spending as much time as you like to with your family, huh? Yeah. Is it and anything else that's kind of keeping you from right now, John? Right? And so I'm going to keep diving into that problem, guys, to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then as I gather that intel, right? I'm going to anchor the problem to his life circumstance. So then I'm going to be like, hey, John, his problem is 9 to 5, right? And so I'm going to say, hey, John, sounds like that right now you're trying to build an online business, but your inability to do so is keeping you stuck in a 9-to-5 job, which is really taxing on you. You're working 60 hours plus a week, and it's keeping you from spending time with your family. It's keeping you from kind of living, I guess, the life that you want, and it's also keeping you from doing the traveling that you say you want to do. Is that about right? Yeah. So now I'm anchoring the problem to his life circumstance, letting him know, like, hey, John, this problem is keeping you from X, Y, and Z. The reason why you have your life circumstances the way you do is because of the problem that you just told me. Because when I anchor that to his brain, he needs to find a solution, guys. I need to wire his brain right now to say, damn, this problem was right here when I started. It's this big now. Anchor that in his mind, so now he starts looking for solutions. I need a solution to this problem. He's in pain, right? He's in pain. When somebody's in pain, they want a solution to the pain. Give me a Band-Aid, give me some ointment, give me some treatment, right? As a doctor would do. So, guys, I hope you're starting to understand this process. It's the same process. If you're trying to one call close, selling high ticket items, it's gonna be this process right here. You've got to build the problem. You got to identify the problem. You got to expand the problem. You got to anchor the problem to a life circumstance. And then later in the call, we go over the vision, we go over the pitch, we go over the close, we go over the opening. But this is what you have to understand. People do not buy themselves into something. They buy themselves out of something. And your goal is to make them starving, right? A starving crowd will always buy food. They just will, because they're starving. And so how can you starve your prospect over the phone? By making the problem so big, anchoring that problem to his life circumstances, and then getting into the rest of the call where now they just need a solution after we build the vision. So with that being said, guys, I hope this training was super helpful for you. Again, guys, we have over 22 closers, all using this very same framework that just works, right? And so if you guys are trying to sell more high ticket items, if you guys are trying to, do more things online, hey, do me a favor, click the link down below. I have my objection frameworks. So I'm gonna give you the frameworks that we literally use to conquer objections. And you can use these frameworks not only for conquering objections, you can use these frameworks to close more people in your personal life, to have a better relationship with your spouse, to get your kids to do things that you want them to do. And you can just click the link down below, guys. It's absolutely free, and we'll give you those objection frameworks, and then you can take it from there. All right, hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to share this video, like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you for the next one. Peace.